What truly makes legends stand apart? It's not just the accolades or the wealth, it's a frequency they operate on, a relentless fire in their eyes. What makes the top 1% different from everyone else? It's not luck. It's a conscious, daily decision to reject mediocrity. They understand that greatness isn't a gift, it's a verdict. It's the result of 1,000 small battles won in the dark, long before the world ever sees the light. They choose discipline when the world chooses ease. They embrace the storm, while others seek shelter. At some point in life, you will face this question. Perhaps it comes to you in the dead of night, when the house is silent, and your own thoughts are the loudest thing in the room. It's a quiet, persistent whisper that asks, is this all there is? You see others moving forward, climbing their mountains, and a part of you knows you were meant for more than just watching from the valley below. This isn't envy, it's your own dormant potential calling out to be recognized. So I ask you, haven't you stayed in the suffocating grip of doubt long enough? Letting the what-ifs build a cage around your ambitions? Haven't you been stuck in the paralyzing fog of fear, confusion, and the poison of comparison? Scrolling through the highlight reels of others while your own story remains unwritten? Haven't you felt broken, tired, defeated, and overlooked long enough, giving your all, only to feel invisible, pouring from an empty cup, hoping someone will notice you're running on fumes? This cycle of quiet desperation, of living a life that feels like it belongs to someone else, it has to end. You operate under the dangerous illusion that you have endless time, that someday is a day on the calendar, but the clock is ticking. Every sunrise is one less you have to make your mark. Every sunset is a chapter closed, written or not. Tomorrow is never promised. Your potential is not a patient bystander, it is a finite resource, and it will fade if left untapped. The graveyard is the richest place on earth, filled with ideas that were never shared and dreams that were never pursued. Do not add to its wealth. Listen, can you feel it? This is the call rising in your heart. It's a deep, primal roar, demanding to be heard. It is a reminder that your time to separate from the ordinary is not coming. It is now. It is the moment you decide that comfort is no longer your goal, and that growth is your only true north. This is your awakening. This is not about money, cars, or status. It's about who you choose to become. Stand in front of the mirror, clear your vision, and tell yourself, I see now. I was born for more. I will not surrender to being average. I have places to go, dreams to pursue, and work to accomplish. This is the fundamental difference. It's a quiet, seismic shift that begins deep within. The true 1%, the architects of their own destiny, dare to do what no one in their family has ever done. They look at the well-trodden path of their ancestors, a path of safety, of predictability, of quiet acceptance, and they choose to turn away. They choose the unmarked wilderness, not out of disrespect for the past, but out of an undeniable calling for a different future. They understand that failure is not a destination but a crucible. It's the fire that burns away the non-essential, that forges character on the anvil of adversity. So they rise from the ashes of their mistakes, not just once but again and again, each time stronger, wiser. They become alchemists of circumstance, creating from nothing but sheer will and imagination. They see opportunity where others see barren land, and once they find the way, they don't walk it alone. They light the path for others, leading them into a future they helped build. It takes a profound, unshakable vision to walk into a room where every glance says you don't belong. A room filled with judgment, with skepticism, with the heavy silence of low expectations. In that moment, your vision is your only ally. It's the armor that deflects their doubt and the compass that keeps you true to your course. You don't need their validation because you have already validated yourself. You see the finished product while they only see the messy beginning. And it takes a deep, resilient belief to navigate the treacherous landscape of the human heart. To see past the searing pain of loss, the sting of rejection that echoes in your quietest moments, the corrosive fire of anger, and the cold, sharp blade of betrayal. These are not roadblocks, they are trials. Belief is the force that allows you to process these wounds without letting them become your identity. It's the quiet whisper that reminds you that your story is not defined by those who hurt you, but by how you chose to heal. It takes a primal courage to stand in the wreckage of a dream and declare, I can and I will. This isn't a boast, it's a vow, a sacred promise made to your own potential. So what truly separates the ordinary from the extraordinary? It is not luck or privilege or genius alone. It is a vision, but not just any vision, not a fleeting daydream. It is a relentless vision, A vision that possesses you, that wakes you up at 3 a.m. with a solution, that pulls you forward when every muscle screams to stop. This vision is fueled by the real work, the work no one sees. The true 1% understand that the outer world is a reflection of the inner one. So they work on their minds with the discipline of a master craftsman. They fight the silent, brutal inner battles every single day. The war against procrastination, the duel with fear, the insurgency of self-doubt. They are warriors of the mind. And through it all, they protect their faith, shielding its flame from the winds of cynicism and despair, because they know it is their ultimate source of power. Their strength is rooted in a paradoxical trinity of traits. They stay humble enough to learn, knowing that the moment you think you know it all is the moment you begin to decline. They are perpetual students of life. They stay hungry enough to grow, with an insatiable appetite for challenge and self-improvement, never resting on their laurels. And they stay focused enough to see beyond their own lifetime to leave a legacy. Their goal isn't just success, it's significance. It's building something that will stand long after they are gone, a testament to a life lived with purpose. This is what separates history makers from one-hit wonders. A clear mission, a burning why. They refuse to bow to comfort. They refuse to be held by the past. They push forward with faith, with drive, with resilience. When you feel like quitting, look in the mirror and say, "Enough, I refuse to live small. I refuse to stay broken. I refuse to settle." The best version of you isn't found in the hollow echo of, "I can do anything." That's a fantasy. The true you, the powerful you, is forged in the fire of your convictions. It's the one who stands firm, anchored by unshakable values, sharpened by relentless discipline, and fueled by a belief so profound it can move mountains. Values are your compass in the storm. Discipline is the ship you build to navigate it, and belief is the wind in your sails. Without this foundation, any success is built on sand, destined to crumble. You must first dig deep, reinforcing your character with integrity, honor, and an unbreakable commitment to your word. This is the unseen work, the lonely work, but it is the most important work you will ever do. And from that foundation, you must understand a fundamental truth. You are chosen. Not by fate, not by chance, but by the conscious decision you make to answer the call that so many others ignore. You are chosen because you choose yourself. You have what it takes. It's already inside you, a dormant fire, a well of resilience, a capacity for effort that would stagger the ordinary. You are part of a different breed. You are the 1%. Not the 1% of wealth or privilege, but the 1% of mindset. The 1% willing to walk into the storm while others seek shelter. The 1% who see a challenge and smile, who understand that the price of greatness is paid in advance, in sweat, focus, and solitude. So, with this knowledge, you must ask the questions that shatter your limitations. Look in the mirror and ask, why not me? Why shouldn't I be the one to achieve spectacular things? Who wrote the rule that says I have to play small? Then look at the world around you and ask, why not now? Why wait for a permission that will never come? Why postpone a destiny that is begging to be claimed? And then, think of your bloodline. Think of those who came before you and those who will follow. Why can't I be the one to change my family, to rewrite history, to break the cycle of doubt, poverty, or fear? You are the potential turning point, the fulcrum on which the future of your legacy rests. The world is drowning in opinions and excuses. It doesn't need more of them. It needs people who decide. A true decision is a surgical act. It's cutting away all other possibilities. So decide. Decide that enough is enough. Enough of the mediocrity, enough of the self-sabotage, enough of being a spectator in your own life. Decide that your time for excuses is over. Decide that it's time to go to war with your weakness. Decide to rise, not tomorrow, not next week, now. In this very moment, make the commitment. Feel the shift as you close the door on who you were and step into the arena as who you are becoming. The moment you decide, the process begins. And the process is pain. Understand this. Pain is the currency of growth. The burn in your muscles, the strain in your mind, the ache of loneliness on the path to the top, that is not your enemy. That is your guide. It is the signal that you are tearing down the old to build the new. Pain is temporary, but the power it forges is forever. Every drop of sweat is an investment. Today's sacrifice is tomorrow's strength. You are not losing sleep. You are investing in your dreams. You are not giving up comfort. You are trading it for freedom. This is the moment, not a moment. The past is a ghost, the future a vapor. All you have is the battlefield of now. This is your season. The season for planting the seeds of discipline, for building the walls of your empire, for waging war on your own potential. And in this season, there is no plan B. A plan B is a safety net for a fall you are already planning to take. It is an insult to your ambition. Burn the boats. Burn the bridges back to your old life. There is only one way, forward. It's your time. So with that commitment, you act. So keep pushing when your body screams stop. Keep building brick by painful brick when you can't yet see the cathedral. Keep running your race, eyes fixed on the finish line that only you can see. Keep striving, keep learning, keep fighting, keep rising. Because in the end, when the dust settles and the work is done, it will all be worth it. The sleepless nights, the missed parties, the solitary grind, it will all be redeemed in the glory of your achievement. But the rise never truly ends. So you do it again, you wake up the next day, and you do it again, and again. You stack one disciplined day on top of another, until excellence is no longer an act, but an identity. Until victory becomes your habit.